We are here today to authoritatively express that President Trump did not commit an insurrection, and we believe Congress has a unique role in making that declaration. It's not the job of the states, and especially not the job of some bureaucrats in Colorado, to make this assessment and interfere with the rights of voters to cast their vote for the candidate of their choice. The very experts who often get on television and talk about securing democracy seem to be the first to want to then remove a candidate from the ballot because they are afraid that he is too popular. We have 63 co-sponsors to the resolution that Ms. Stefanik and I will be filing today to express the sense of Congress that President Trump did not commit an insurrection. I want to express my gratitude to Senator Vance for filing the companion legislation over in the Senate. And now is time for members of the House and Senate to show where they stand on this question. We and the former president welcome and expect many more co-sponsors in the coming days.
I'm Rayy Vana, and welcome back to Rebel HQ. That was Florida Congressman and alleged sex offender Matt Gaetz introducing a resolution to the House that would declare Trump did not participate in insurrection. Of course, this is Matt Gaetz and the Republican Party's attempt to deflect from the actual major news that came out from that day, which is that an appeals court ruled Donald Trump does not have presidential immunity in regards to his January 6th trials. Now, this decision was a major blow for Donald Trump as well as his team of attorneys who had been banking on using presidential immunity as their defense in this case. Of course, Donald Trump has announced he intends to appeal to the Supreme Court. However, his team is obviously scrambling, and this ridiculous political stunt in the House is just one attempt to deflect from the major loss that Trump's team has suffered. Introducing this resolution also serves another purpose for Matt Gaetz and Donald Trump. And if you listen closely to how he announced it, you might be able to deduce what that second purpose is.
I want to express my gratitude to Senator Vance for filing the companion legislation over in the Senate. And now is time for members of the House and Senate to show where they stand on this question.
He is using this resolution as a loyalty test for members of the Republican Party to see who is insufficiently licking the boots of Donald Trump as we're heading into this upcoming election. But I want everyone to carefully consider what a member of Congress voting in favor of this resolution signifies. Because most members of Congress were at the Capitol on January 6th. They were there when the mobs breached the building and stormed in. They were being protected by the Capitol Police as well as security. They were cowering and fearing for their lives. And every single one of them, in their heart of hearts, knows that Donald Trump is responsible for what happened that day. Republican members of Congress are nothing but cowards and sycophants, utterly incapable and uninterested in standing up to Donald Trump. Now, it's important to note that this resolution was introduced by one of Trump's biggest ass kissers, Matt Gaetz, because this isn't the first time that Matt Gaetz has put on a show in Congress in an attempt to distract the public from the president's legal woes.
On Tuesday, at the exact same time that former President Trump was being arraigned in Florida, not only were fake electors from Trump's plot to overturn the 2020 election, not only were those fake electors testifying before special counsel Jack Smith's January 6th grand jury, but at the same moment, congressional Republicans were holding their own bizarro hearing about January 6th. At the exact same time, a former president was arraigned on federal criminal charges related to unlawfully hoarding documents. Witnesses were testifying in Jack Smith's other sprawling federal investigation into that same former president, all while that former president's congressional defenders were hard at work whitewashing the January 6th insurrection, all at the same time.
And there he is, leading that sham hearing, Trump's favorite congressional errand boy, Matt Gaetz. And in that fake hearing, the witnesses that Matt Gaetz brought in were people who were rioters on January 6th, as well as individuals who Trump had picked out to help him overturn the results of the election. Definitely the honest, truthful people that you want to interview to get to the truth of the matter of what happened on January 6th. Holding fake hearings introducing ridiculous resolutions, or even ousting a sitting Speaker of the House, there is nothing Matt Gaetz won't do at the behest of former President Donald Trump. He is his biggest fanboy. But if there's one thing we know about Donald Trump, it's that he values loyalty. And I put it in quotes because it's not real loyalty. It's yes men. People who will never disagree with him, never tell him no, and do anything that he asks them to do. And for Matt Gaetz, he gets the continued support of the large mega cult base of the Republican Party, gets to fundraise with Donald Trump, gets sweet speaker spots at Trump rallies in his state. But I think there's one thing that Matt Gaetz is angling for, particularly now, and that is to be his running mate in 2024. And I can't imagine a more destructive duo for this country than Trump and Matt Gaetz working together as president and vice president. But it doesn't really matter whether or not it's Matt Gaetz or any other member of the Republican Party alongside Trump on that ticket. It doesn't change the fact that we all have a job come November to ensure that Donald Trump does not win that election.